Right, listen up, because today I've got 3 massive stories straight out of paradise. And trust me, you'll want to stick around till the very end because the last one is the biggest bombshell of them all. From boardroom chaos that's been holding Celtic back in Europe to a brand new Bhoy who could be thrown straight into the fire of the Glasgow Derby. And finally was a transfer twist that could completely reshape our attack. You don't want to miss this. Massive thanks to you for helping us smash 500 subscribers, but that's just the start. With more than 2,000 views on every story, if you hit subscribe right now, we'll fly past 1,500 subscribers, all backing the Celtic. Let's prove once again that our support is miles beyond anything the Rangers could ever muster. Hit that button and be part of it. Right, let me tell you, this isn't just another slip-up in Europe. This is a full-blown embarrassment written in neon lights. Once again, the Celtic board has managed to turn what should have been a parade into a circus, and not the fun kind with bagpipes and pints flowing down the Gallows Gate. No, this was the kind where the clowns are in charge, and they're the ones sitting in the boardroom at Parkhead. Think about it, a whole decade of tripping over the same stone in the same qualifiers, different managers, same story. Ronnie Deila, Neil Lennon, Ange, Rodgers. It doesn't matter who's in the dugout when the folk upstairs are pinching pennies tighter than a Scotsman guarding his last dram. You end up with the same disaster every single time. 1 win in 15 decisive qualifiers. That's not a stat, that's a crime against the badge. And you saw it against Kairat Almaty. A penalty shootout collapse, lads missing sitters, and the whole side looking as drained as the pint glasses in the Brazen Head after a Derby Day win. And now we're told, Europa League it is, don't worry. Europa League? That's not what Cal Mac's been busting a gut for. That's not why you follow this club with pride. Meanwhile, the Rangers cannae believe their luck. They're sitting watching us stumble, all while they're busy causing their own weekly train wrecks on the pitch. The only difference is when they collapse, it's comedy. When we collapse, it's tragedy. And here's the part that really sticks. This is nigh about the players, it's not even about the managers, it's about a board who are more absent than a Rangers fan when you ask them to name their club's real age. They've cost us millions, they've cost us reputation, and they've cost us nights under the lights at paradise that we all live for. So let me ask you, and I want your honest take on this, do you think the board has finally run out of excuses, or will you keep pointing fingers at the managers while the suits upstairs keep dragging this club down? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's jai it laldi till we hit 1,500 mad. Celtic daffs. Now here's something to finally get the blood pumping again. The new boy, Michel-Ange Balikwisha, has landed in paradise, and he might just be thrown straight into the fire at Ibrox this weekend. Signed, sealed, and already in Lennoxtown, the lad's passed his medical, done his wee sit-down with Celtic TV, and now it's all eyes on Sunday's Glasgow Derby for his debut. Talk about a baptism of fire. Here's the funny bit, though, and only the Celtic board could manage this circus act. We could have had him for £4.5 million 18 months ago. What did they do? Sat on their hands, counted the pennies, waited about, and I ended up paying £4.5 million anyway. It's like watching someone haggle over the price of a pint, only to get charged the same at last orders. That's the kind of nonsense that's cost us in Europe, but we'll save that rant for another pint. Still, Balikwisha's record is decent. 145 games for Antwerp, 30 goals, 17 assists. He can play both wings, even slot in as a number 10, and at 24, he's got plenty in the tank. The lad had some injury trouble last season, but he's fit, he's ready, and he's hungry. And let's be honest, Rodgers needs a spark up front. Dazen's running himself ragged. Forrest's legs aren't what they used to be, and the fans need a bit of excitement going into Ibrox. And don't forget, Kasper Dolberg's already knocking about Glasgow with his agent. If he signs in time, you could see both Balikwisha and Dolberg make their mark in the derby. Imagine that, two fresh signings walking into Ibrox while the Rangers' defence looks shakier than a kebab shop chair at 2 in the morning. So here's my question for you. If Balikwisha's fit, would you start him at Ibrox right away, or would you give him time to settle before throwing him into the madness? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's giant loudly till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. Well, looks like Adam Idah's Celtic story is coming to an end quicker than a Rangers European run. The big man's booked in for his medical at Swansea today, with the deal set to go through for just over 6 million quid plus add-ons. A tidy sum, aye, but it does feel like a whirlwind, considering we only made his move from Norwich permanent last year. To be fair, Idah gave us moments, some big goals on loan that had paradise rocking. But since the permanent deal, the consistency just wasn't there. One week you thought he was about to turn into the next hoops hero. The next he looked like he'd forgotten his shooting boots at home. And Brendan Rodgers clearly decided it was time to reshuffle the deck. The key here, though, is Kasper Dolberg. Talks are deep with Anderlecht, and if all goes well, he'll be walking through the doors at Lennox Town before Idah's even packed his bags for Wales. The Danish striker's got pedigree, and honestly, he feels like the type of forward who could really thrive in paradise with proper service. Add in the whispers of another winger before the window shuts, and suddenly the front line could look very different and very dangerous. But let's not kid ourselves. Selling Idah for good money is smart business if it's reinvested properly, because nothing's worse than cash sitting in the board's pockets while the squad suffers. We've seen that film far too many times in the last decade. So here's the big question for you. Are you happy to see Idah go for over 6 million quid? Or do you think we should have held on to him as a squad option and built around him instead? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's giant loldy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts.